river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs. This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Hopefully this will put Rodriguez's mind at ease.
Over here! This one!
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble finding the ammonia.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more than I was expecting. I dare say the patient won't feel a thing. That is, unless I...
You'll do fine. Taya trusts you. Which means I trust you. The hideaway would be lost without skilled physicers like yourself.
Thank you for the kind words. Truly. But... I'm sorry. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. One ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and the poison fouls the patient's blood. And even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony as the wound heals. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill them. I don't want to kill anyone.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. And the operation is only the beginning. They toil in the shadows, risking life, and yet we never won for volunteers.
Conviction?
They're willing to fight. I know your work isn't easy, but neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on. Stay strong for them.
You sound like Taya. Do you know what she once told me? It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physiker's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter. Not again.
What's everyone whispering about?
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal. Where did you get him, like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his... They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and were seeing no sign of his pack.
What do you reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight, Clive. I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far north. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, his name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen, a girl from the Northern Territories, one awakens as the dominant of Shiva.
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years late, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come...
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his latent birthright as a frost, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal!
You're...
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you, but I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shan't be a moment. It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never...
Then I look forward to seeing them. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise. I wish...
I think I'll wait till mid's away to take a tour of her.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, if anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you.
What?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight. Uncle Byron?
Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens, for your favourite uncle is here!
The Dhalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dhalmeks empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals...
With you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dhalmeks will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dhalmeks to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
The Litlins have been up to their old... It's just one thing after another around here.
Ah, my dear nephew. How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own...
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final... Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift, and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waloed friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waloeders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned, and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Mid's finished outfitting her little work.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The lands around the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalimil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Cid's. And only Cid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalimil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Cid might be able to bring her back into the...
Thanks.
So, what about your uncle?
Don't look so worried.
Thank fuck for...
Gav, Otto,
you can count on her.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Who's this blue blood?
What do you reckon Vince got to make next? Make the whole lake all nice and clear.
That could certainly be...
Is it business or pleasure? It'd better all be here. Is that all?
Clive? What do you want? Should last you a good while. No scratches, right? That it? Fine.
Well, don't just stand there gawping. You got out else? And be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? And be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Finished, are you? And what can I do for you? You got out else? I reckon I can find a buyer. And be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. And be thankful you got that much. You got out else? And be thankful you got that much. You got out else? Come again. Or don't. Not much bothered either way. A bigger water cleaner.
Oh, Maeve
It's
knows
back
how
from
to
Canberra.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure. I was a young man when last I... Walk this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Who do you think those soldiers were?
So, Lord Cook has finally made his move.
Yes, I expect that's why.
Let's go.
Faster!
There she is. The good old Dalimil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Luda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal? Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in Camber that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
The outlaw! Take him!
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
You're finished.
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive?
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Your arms are like iron. Are all your muscles.
Won't you come and play, handsome?
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of...
Fucking men of the wrong.
Light it!
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know...
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful... I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is...
That would certainly help to narrow the search.
And that's exactly what I mean. You were right, boy.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Anything I can help you with, travelers?
Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and great... We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could...
Thank you. Oh, you wouldn't happen...
No.
Well...
What do you want? Can't you see?
I won't keep you long. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil.
Never heard of her.
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town...
Well, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side. The owner's only a young sprig. But he's got all the right...
The Briar's Kiss, you say?
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal. How many times do I have to...
Are you looking for something in particular?
Fare you well.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community.
Then you should ask Ferda. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's what...
Thank you. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Ferda knows.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Excuse me. Are you Ferda?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the Desert Hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around?
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it. This one.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Ferda?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Lights and butts! Bows and
Kneaded to a silken softness, like eating a cloud. Crust
From the breadth of the twins and beyond.
Like carpets.
Is this the place?
Ubor's Forge. The bride. So it was so much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last... Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man...
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Ferda told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine.
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swag...
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurance, assuming he is an ally, of course.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man. But enough of the pleasantries. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalimil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then...
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear...
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor...
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalimil. Excuse me.
You've heard?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves, pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between, and it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalimil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way.
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Flat. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend there. The men of the Rock throw their money about like the...
Is that so?
Juiciest meat from Green's. You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier?
I'm...
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of...
You have...
Don't be stupid. I just know which side. I don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis, I don't know. No, just leave, will you?
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Why is the tavern shut?
It's you. The one. What do you want? Haven't you called?
I'm looking for my pal.
The gentleman who was with you.
Thank you.
Let me treat you.
Huh?
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. But not here.
What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might put... I had no luck, of course. It's but my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I...
So the pearl...
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000. A small price to pay for admittance. But enough about my little act of subterfuge.
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere. And pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
Let me treat you.
I need a drink.
Fucking men of the wrong.
$1,000 gil for a measly bunch of...
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Do you think they'll be back soon? I need a new dress.
Light meat and dark.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Make a fine gift.
Fly, Ambrosia. Thanks, girl. Come on. Faster!
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere.
Did you get all that? They're in...
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to kill them. Kill them both! This one. Go for it! Get him!
It's not over yet, Uncle.
Good! I'm just getting warmed up.
All yours, Torgal. This one. Get him! Over here! Arise!
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid trance. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly. Buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalimil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men. Until you two came. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their... And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust. I saw you pluck it.
Oh, dear. Is that...
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you.
No. Thank...
Double the...
Here. Wear this. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be...
Thank you.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalimil is back in bed with Sid.
Omia Lostelan. Tuisa Achilles.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a...
Thank you.
Not at all.
Come on, Uncle.
Even forged a button? Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I'm Saver, Master Luber's least soon-to-be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalimil. I don't suppose you have any idea what...
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask.
I could give you a hand. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been. And that Lubor needs all the capable...
I'd be a fool.
So...
Good question. If I'm on... And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit...
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor. We need information.
You're right. There's no point now. Who to... There's plenty of folk in Dalimil who use... There's the butcher. Of course, and they're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools. All right. I think we have. I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to...
All right.
Let's hope that someone says something.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
My carpets have pride of place.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
Everything I've worked for. All those years of...
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need.
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business. The baths. The water's turned... I've no doubt that my woes stem, but I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces.
All right.
Wonderful. Leave them. These baths are all that keep me from my livelihood, my...
Lights and pots!
Welcome, sir.
A question, if you don't. I need to know what makes a good...
You a blacksmith or something?
Something.
Fair enough. First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make... Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block.
So a knife that stays...
Silver platters! Ah! They've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
Well, we can make our way back to the Fang now, at least.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter?
I have a question. Can you tell...
Oh. Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade. Not your knife snaps every time you use it. You'll be spending coin as fast as you make it.
Thank you.
All business, eh? Man after my...
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Sweet incense! What wax candle? Just look at the... Made from the stoutest stoneware!
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Yes, they're quite sort.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp.
All the cook said was that he needs his knife too heavy and they do his shop.
So we're no better off than when we... Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he'd shoot. No. We must be missing something.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like...
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentice is no better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Is it true what I'm hearing? The men of the Rock were carting off our crystals for themselves?
Would certainly explain why we have
It would
The
make
most fragrant herbs and spices.
No use calling Ambrosia now. Good girl.
Faster!
Be safe. Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... Oh, you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick. But adamantite ore is unique to Ash. So
and it's beyond my...
Unique to Ash? Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a...
if it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at a mineral demand. If you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmith.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all.
Limestone? Fine. Besides, I want to know if this...
You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the...
Right you are. I'll see you short. So, do you crush it up, or just throw it in the furnace?
No need to ride from here.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
Yes, they're quite the
Kneaded
juiciest meat.
to a silken softness.
Silver platters!
Hanging lanterns! Keep the darkness
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Talmeki and Waloed are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead. If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will... I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another...
I don't plan on dying.
Well, so long as you have a...
Run like the wind.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Sava needs.
We should get going soon.
Finally, we'll be able to get
Plates and pots!
It would make a
My carpets have brighter places.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones. You and that merchant both. She's got quite a gift. Now, time to see it. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalimil.
It's a fine-looking...
That sounds like my cue. And just as...
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look, then. First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, and it's heavy. Heavier than it You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear... It looks like someone paid a visit to the limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you...
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but... Next question. How much do you think I would charge?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time I would say you could demand...
And who would be able to pay... The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalimil is home to humble traders, not... Well, rule number one in any business, Sava. Know your...
Yes, Forge Master.
This is... just about passable. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. What would you do if you were asked to forge...
I'd do what I always do. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it... For the hunter, I'd make it as tough for the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it...
There goes a master.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle. The spirit of Dalimil had nothing. Meaning, I had you run around for no...
You've passed your test. That's all that matters.
And when I do, I'll...
Take a sniff, good sir.
Light meat and
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Just look at the
Sweet incense. Wax candle.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Fly, Ambrosia.
Come on, girl, against
What the hell are those things?
You deserve a rest. By the flames. That explains the heat.
Over here! My turn! All yours, Torvald!
Nice try. Out of the frying pan.
Go, Torvald! Here you are!
Get him!
Go, Torvald!
Get him!
Attack! Go, Torvald! Torvald, kill!
This way!
Go, Torvald! Over here! Give me thunder!
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
Come on, girl, against.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Finally, we'll be able to get what's
Hanging lanterns! Keep the darkness from your... There he is! The man who's... I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we...
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did...
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
Are you looking for something in particular? My thanks. I doubt you can carry any more.
Ready, girl? Faster!
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert.
You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
What a rat done to me. Out of my sight, wench! I'll kill you, Rossfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust!
And how would he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough. Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Fuck!
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
The heart.
What of it?
A Mother Crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo? Clive Rossfield stole your power, but others have suffered a similar fate, and still managed to find the strength to conjure their icon. Like Benedicta Harmon. She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human understanding.
She did. Benedicta. Benedict. I'll do it. My love. I'll avenge you.
Run along now, Hugo. You need only follow the light. Muthos is here. Very well, it shall be so. You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
orcs. Did the royalists bring them from Ash? Are the Beastmen part of the Waluda army now? How the hell did that happen?
They've spotted us. Great big Torgal.
Taken over the entire mine. So much for the men of the Rock. Dhalmekia's finest.
yours, Torgal! Now, Torgal! Titan! Too slow. Nice try. Get him! Stay! Vocal! This one. Get him! That's all ready. Over here! Get him! Torgal, kill!
Won't be going any further this way. Stairs. This must be the way out.
This one. To me, flames!
I won't be sneaking past this one. How did it get in here? Nice try.
Total! Kill!
flames. Come on, Torgal.
Kupka never did do things by halves. As if taking the Mother Crystal for his own wasn't enough. He had to build his castle in it.
Let the trial begin.
With me, Torgal. Go, Torgal! Attack! This one! Bravo! Get him! Fire and flame! Torgal, kill!
Seems we're expected.
So this is the power of Muthos.
Did the orcs do this too? What the hell is going on? Are these things here for me? Or for him?
Get him! Go for him! Get him! Ogle, kill! Sick him! Over here! This one. Attack.
First orcs, now these nightmares. Is this your doing, Ultima? This won't be easy. You've been busy, Kupka. But where did you go? The heart. He's in the sanctuary. I can feel it. Come on, Torgal. Just what I needed.
Kill!
Nice try.
Get him! This one. Go, Torgal! Get him! Torgal, kill!
That had better be the last of them.
Benedicta, my everything. I've missed you so much.
Kuka!
I swear to you, my love, we will never be parted again.
What's wrong with him?
You got away from her! Benedicta! I'll kill you, Rostwell!
Oh shit, he's priming. Not now. Come on. Find him. You've done this before. You can do it again. Let the flames burn within you. No. Let them burn without.
Come to me, Ifrit!
But if you can do it, then so could I! Let's give this a try. Not bad. me. It's you.
Or die! I'm coming, Kuta!
do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Fight it, Clyde! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by... drowning in its flood. Then one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
But Mythos is stronger. For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
That the death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin.
or you'll feel the back of my hand.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope. Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Olivier has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this? My father's orders. What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Ah! Terence.
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you.
At ease.
We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
I'd better give Otto the good news.